I guess the next one I would like to ask is about your thoughts about what's the best way to be healthy, or what are some practices that we can do to be healthy?
Human health is not just dependent on food and medicine and exercise. It has a great deal to do with sleeping prana.
Okay.
Prana is the most important thing in this case. Prana makes you healthy. If you know how to handle your prana, a lot of diseases can be removed, and it is very greatly connected with mind and thinking process. So if you have trained your thinking process, general health, of course, if you practice some yogic kriyas like asanas, mudras, and regular walking, little blood circulation is the most important thing, I should say.
Okay. Good.
For health, blood circulation is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because your whole life is a cleaning. Whole life is cleaning. You clean your teeth, you clean your eyes, you clean your nose, you clean your stomach, you clean everything, but you need to clean your heart, clean your mind.
People don't do that very often.
Not.
Yeah.
These two things, cleaning is most important, and heart means you have a physical heart and you have a non-physical heart. You have an astral heart.
Okay.
So your feeling comes from the astral heart, your non-physical heart, your feeling, but the feeling is reacting on your physical heart, and physical heart pumps blood. So how to clean blood, how to clean heart? For that you need every day a little exercise, making your heart pumping.
Okay.
Every day you need to have, for a while, for an hour or two, have your heart pumping. So that way you can walk, or you can run, or you can skipping.
Yeah.
These things are extremely useful. Exercise is extremely useful, and you move your limbs. Generally what happens, we don't make our limbs moving thoroughly. We don't make our physical limbs move thoroughly. For instance, your eyes have a range to look this way, that way, that way, or you can just make your eyes move, but you don't do that. So that way accumulates a lot of dirt in that,
That's true.
It's not clean. And then again, your hand, you're eating this, writing, or maybe painting, or talking on a telephone, that much. But your hand has a big range of working, Every day you have to move it. You move it in every way,
Yeah.
So these joints, what happens, generally, like in a motor car, you put a mobile. You made mobile.
The oil. Yeah.
Oil. So in our joints there are glands which secrete oil, but if you don't move the joints, then oil get frozen. So the people get spondylitis, they get back pain,
Arthritis.
waist pain, this pain, arthritis, all this because of lack of movement.
Okay.
Animals move all the time.
That's true. Yeah.
Birds move all the time. Their wings are all
Yeah.
crows all day long moves, and in the evening it sleeps a comfortable sleep.
Yeah.
Go to his nest, So I think human body needs a lot of movement, and mind needs a lot of stillness.
It's the opposite then. Yeah.
The opposite happens to people.
Yeah.
The mind is so restless, and the body is sitting in a sofa watching television
Being
all the
restless.
time,
Yeah.
and the body gets troubled. Naturally starts pain. Pain is what? The body has a kind of intelligence itself. The pain means it is weeping. It says, oh brother, you are not helping me. You are doing not justice to me. You are doing all wrong things to me.
Yeah.
Sitting sofa itself is also not very good for spinal column, for the waist,
Okay.
Sitting upright is very good as long as you can, Sitting upright is the most healthy thing. So health, basically, if you ask me, we need physical fitness.
Every day.
Physical fitness.
Yeah.
Life is body and mind.
Okay.
Physical fitness, mental concentration.
Yeah.
Mind should not be rambling around all day long. You should have your mind controlled, and when your mind controlled, your vital prana, the vital is very much steady, and then that helps your body to be cured. Generally, curing, like Veda says, tanureva tanna asti bheshayam. In the Veda, in the body itself, you have all medicines. Diseases come from the body, and the body itself you have all sorts of medicines if you know how to use them. So prana is the source of all medicines, and external medicines that we take, like in the form of food, in the form of herbs, in the form of tablets, in the form of chemicals, these all help the prana.
Okay.
Help the prana.
But the prana is the
Prana is to remove your illnesses. So prana is what? Prana is a life force, a vital force which maintains body and mind, balance.
Yeah.
Balance. Prana is a balance maker. So health, if you ask me what is health, every day take some exercise, and food, you should not eat excessive food.
Okay.
Excessive food is not good for health. Maybe for the time being you are very strong,
Yeah.
but in the course of time it starts working badly. So not excessive food. Always when you take food, a little bit emptiness in the stomach should be there, so that the winds may work well.
So you can digest better.
So they say half the food, half the appetite should be filled with solid food,
Yeah.
1/4 with liquid, and 1/4 should left empty,
Oh really?
so that the wind goes on, so
Okay.
that the digestion goes well. So that way stomach is one of the most important place from which our health is maintained.
Yeah.
If you know how to take care of your stomach, that is your food, that is your stomach exercise. There are some exercises stomach, even walking helps your stomach.
Yeah.
Walking helps your stomach, makes it stronger. And some exercise, physical exercise, hands movement, you know.
Does it, like eating, being vegetarian or eating meat, does that make a difference? Or
Well,
for your-
if you eat non-veg food, you need to work hard. You need to work that way,
okay.
exercise
Yeah.
a lot. If you are interested in meditation type of thing, supramental, mental, you know, all sorts of fine things, in that case you can avoid meat.
It's better. It's better.
Better to avoid meat. You can
Why-
have
why is
milk.
that?
You can have milk, butter, cheese, a bit of cheese, and then green vegetables,
Okay.
soup, beans. They give health.
Yeah.
They give energy and keep you free from disease. Because from animal meat you can grow disease.
Okay.
There is always possibility. By cooking meat, you cannot remove the bacteria often.
That's true.
And then again they say that the fear
Yeah.
comes from meat also.
Really?
Why? Because animals are being butchered,
When they're killed. Sure.
and we consider animal to be animal, but animals are not all animals. They have some human beings in them. They understand things.
Reincarnation. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Well, a dog listens to you. Whatever you say, it does.
Yes.
A lot of things. That means either there is a big dog in you, or there is a small man in the dog.
Yeah. Maybe both.
Both.
Yeah.
Either there is a big dog in you, or there is a small man in the dog.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there would not be any communication.
Yeah.
The iron has the magnetic quality. Otherwise, it would not be attracted to magnet.
That's true. Yeah. So it has to be.
So we talk to dolphin, we talk to buffalo, we talk to a cow, we talk to goats, we talk to cat, we talk to dogs. They all have animal elements in them.
Yeah.
And now, if a goat is being butchered, naturally other goats watch it, and in their body automatically fear complex. Fear is a kind of it stimulates certain hormone, it stimulates certain glands.
Yeah.
When there is fear, it stimulates certain certain hormone, glands and hormone goes to blood.
That's true.
You understand my point?
Yeah.
A person in a fearful situation will be old very quickly, run very quickly. So this hormone, poisonous hormone, our body has some sort of creative hormone, positive hormone, ambrosia,
Yeah.
like love, sympathy, broadness of mind, fine thinking,
Yeah.
and then fear, depression, jealousy, anger. Why they are bad? Because they stimulate certain poisonous hormone in you,
Okay.
and the blood becomes impure, blood becomes acidic,
Right.
and even your appearance shows that, you know. So that way, these animals that are killed, and they were in great fear, and their blood is all contaminated with some acidic kind of
And then you
hormone,
consume that,
and
yeah.
then you consume that naturally.
That makes sense. Yeah. Wow.
That is-
That's really interesting. I never would have guessed that, but that definitely.
so you have been talking about fear.
Yes.
Food has a great deal to do with that.
Okay.
If you have fasted 3 days, or just lived on water, or lived on milk, you will have no fear.
So that actually.
Even fearful thing people come, you will not have fear. And even the most alluring sexual thing come before you, you won't be moved by that. The food has a great deal to
By
do
change in diet only.
with changing diet.
Wow.
Changing diet, but you have to change your thoughts too.
Okay.
The thoughts are the diet for the mind.
So that brings me to my next question, which is you're talking about fear. What's your sort of opinion, I guess, of the best way to overcome fear as a
Fear is the
individual?
most dominating
Or where's the source
instinct
of it?
in a living being.
Okay.
In a living being, fear is the most dominating instinct, because everybody loves life, and nobody wants to be a loser, you know. Nobody wants to lose life. So, and for human beings, there are many kinds of fear. Somebody is afraid of going out at night. Somebody is afraid of going to the jungle. They have physical fear.
Yeah.
They're afraid of losing their body, losing their life. And then some people are afraid of losing their prestige.
The what?
Prestige.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Prestige.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you ask them to speak something before public, they won't be able to speak.
Like they're shy. Yeah.
Shy.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
The knees will be shaking, you know.
Yes.
So that's another kind of fear. And then there is spiritual fear. Somebody is very bold to speak, but if you say that, oh, give up everything, come and go, let us go to the forest, desert and meditate, he will not be able to do that.
Yeah.
He had a fear. So spiritual fear, physical fear, and then intellectual fear, there are many kinds of fear. But the root of all this fear is losing. What you think that yours, you don't want to lose it. Fear of losing is the only fear.
Because you're attached to it, I guess.
You are attached to that. If you think that you have beauty, you are afraid of losing your beauty. If you think that you have money, you are afraid of losing money. If you have no money, you are not afraid.
That's true.
But you have money, you have fear of losing.
Yeah.
You have a camera, you have fear of losing the camera. You have fear social prestige, and you don't want to lose your prestige. You know, social respect or prestige or position. You hold a position, you don't want to lose the position. So anything you think yours, if you're attached to it, you have fear from that. Fear from that.
Yes.
Mostly fear from life. You believe that I have life, it's my life, and then you don't want to lose it. But how to overcome fear? Surrender. Surrender to the reality.
Okay.
You think of reality that nothing is mine. Basically, nothing is yours.
It's true. Yeah.
If you analyze it, you see that nothing is yours. But you have imposed an idea that this is mine, and then the fear comes. Money is not yours, because money, what you can do with the money? Suppose you go to a desert,
else, yeah.
You go to a desert, you have a lot of money, but you don't get a cup of tea.
Yeah. It's true.
You don't get a piece of bread.
Yeah.
I know the story. Treasure Island, the robbers have went to discover the gold, you know, gold and jewels in an island,
Yeah.
and they were fighting. They were about to fight with each other, but they don't find where it is. And then old man was seated, and then old man, and then they said, "Hey, the whole gun. I know. Where is the treasure? Tell us." No, sir. You don't have to hold the gun near my ear. I will tell you. Give me a piece of cheese. I have not eaten cheese for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. That was more important.
Then they gave a piece of cheese. He ate it, and he showed the place where the wealth is there,
Yeah.
and he escaped from there immediately. He was very clever, because he knew that they cannot take the wealth and they will fight with each other and kill each other.
Right.
So that is what has happened, you know.
Yeah.
So money is not yours. Money is only a little representative of the earth. You get a little food, little air, a little sun, little this and little that.
Yeah.
So you should think of it that whose money is this? Money belongs to the earth. Body belongs to the earth. You cannot take the body with you in your death. So this I and mine, this possessive sense, the more you have the possessive sense, gross possessive sense, and you have a lot of infatuation out of it, fear comes.
So how do you apply that with prestige?
How then you have meditate. Meditation is the only way.
Okay.
When you meditate, your small ego, your positive sense all vanishes. You have the divine consciousness. You understand that the whole universe is permeated with joy, and where there is joy, inspiration, there is no fear. Where there is no joy, true joy of spirituality, and no inspiration, no good work, no love for mankind, no love for living beings, no love for the world, fear comes. The more you are selfish, the more you think about yourself and nothing else, it is a wrong thing, false thing. So from falsehood comes fear. From reality, no fear.
So then maybe, I think I understand. So
because you are working with the refugees.
Yeah.
You work with helpless people.
Yeah.
The more you work with them without a selfish interest, not all for money, not all for thing, with a love,
Yeah.
work with love removes your fear. Work with greed, work with jealousy, work with anger, work with personal benefit will make you fear.
Right. Okay.
That training is not there in the modern education.
Yeah, that's true.
Modern education doesn't work on your soul, doesn't work on your mind, doesn't work on your nature. So you have a natural instinct of selfishness, although you have a degree,
Yeah.
but your selfishness is not gone, is not transformed. So it needs transformation. Your ego has to be transformed into a larger realization.
Yeah. No, that definitely
That
makes
is
sense.
what-
and I like that.
It makes sense.
So-
right? Yeah.
So I think so with the example of prestige, right, being fear of like losing
Losing
prestige,
prestige, yeah.
that's because you have like an attached, you're very attached to your
Superimposition.
sense of self,
It's a superimposition.
'cause you have
If you would have this sense that I am in this position only to serve, only to help, I have got this opportunity to serve.
Yeah.
But generally people who think, oh, I am in a man of position, so you try to ride upon them, you know,
Yeah.
you try to work on them, subjugate them. That makes you fear. But if you start feeling that, well, I am here to serve only, I am here to help only, chair is nothing, the chair is given to me because I can serve,
Yeah.
and it is an opportunity. In that way, your psychology, you have to change your psychology,
I understand. Yeah.
then fear will not come.
Wow.
Then nobody will tell you anything because your attitude is always love.